How to wash a weighted blanket. Preparing a weighted blanket for washing. Read the cleaning instructions. Your blanket might have special instructions for treating or washing it. Tags on the blanket or instructions that came with purchase may tell you if there are special washing instructions for your particular brand. If it requires special care, the manufacturer may have indicated this. Check the material of your blanket. Gentle machine washes in cold water are generally advised for most blankets, but this can differ depending on the fabric of your blanket and its level of cleanliness. Some blankets have a removable outer layer. If yours does, it can be treated and washed separately. This layer will function like a duvet cover covering the inner weighted blanket and is easily removed. Inspect your blanket thoroughly. This is a good way of checking for any damage or stains that may require pre-treating before you wash the whole blanket. Treating your stains prior to washing can prevent them from being baked in or set into the fabric of your blanket during the washing and drying process. If you can, treat your stains as soon as you spot them. This will prevent stains from setting into your blanket, and make them easier to clean. If the stain is an older one, you will treat it best if you know what kind of stain it is. Treatment will differ if the stain is from a food spill, body fluid, or other type of dirt. Gather your blanket for rinsing. As soon as you spot the stain, expose the section of the blanket that has been stained. Hold this section under cold running water. You can do this whether your spot is wet or dry. Adding moisture to the stain can loosen the fibers of the blanket that might be matted down with dirt. Running water on it can cause the dirt on the surface of the stain to run off, especially if the spot is fresh. Angle the stained section away from you and downwards under the running water. This will prevent loosened dirt and water from running towards you or across the rest of the blanket. Try holding the rest of the blanket close to you and away from the faucet. It is important to use cold water because of your blanket's fabric and the stain itself. Most weighted blankets should only be washed in cool water, and hotter temperatures may cause the stain to set into the blanket's fibers. You can do this whether your spot is wet or dry. Adding moisture to the stain can loosen the fibers of the blanket that might be matted down with dirt. Running water on it can cause the dirt on the surface of the stain to run off, especially if the spot is fresh. Angle the stained section away from you and downwards under the running water. This will prevent loosened dirt and water from running towards you or across the rest of the blanket. Try holding the rest of the blanket close to you and away from the faucet. It is important to use cold water because of your blanket's fabric and the stain itself. Most weighted blankets should only be washed in cool water, and hotter temperatures may cause the stain to set into the blanket's fibers. Treat liquids with spray treatments. Beverages or protein-based stains like bodily fluids can be very common spills on household items. For these, use a spray that does not include harsh chemicals which can affect the soft material of your blanket. Many laundry products for stain removal can include bleach or other whitening agents. Avoid these and instead try a stain remover that is designed for the fabric of your blanket. It may be marketed towards use on rugs or throws, but should be appropriate if it is bleach-free, safe for your fabric, and hypoallergenic. Place the stained section under cold running water as soon as you can. Hold only the stained spot under the water in order to prevent colored stains from running across the blanket. If the stain has gone through the material, lift it to see what is visible on either side. This will indicate how much treatment it needs. Choose your gentle stain remover and spray it liberally on the stain. Gently rub the treatment into the stain with your fingers or a very soft brush. If the stain is visible on the underside of the blanket, rub the treatment into the stain on both sides. Do not try to scrub it out by rubbing the fabric together, as this will only spread the stain. Treat grease stains with soap. If you drop food or anything oil-based onto your blanket, use dish soap on the spot. Again, avoid anything harsh or with bleach. Unscented, non-chlorinated dish soap is the best option. Once you have run water over it, directly apply the dish soap to the area of the stain. Target the site of the spot as much as possible. Rub the soap in gently with your fingers or a very soft brush. Try a clean, soft bristled laundry or toothbrush and very gently use upward rubbing motions to lift the grease. It can be difficult to tell if a grease stain has been fully removed if it is colorless. Hold the stained section into the light in order to test if the grease stain has gone. You can also run your fingers through long fibers and feel for any greasy residue. Rinse out the section you have treated. Run cold water over the cleaning agent and dirt so you can see how much of the stain is left to treat. Repeat the process with lightened applications of soap if the stain is still visible, even if the stain is stubborn. Avoid heavy scrubbing as this will set the stain into your blanket's fibers. Soak the blanket in cold water for 30 minutes if the stain is still visible. Wash your blanket straight away. Once you have finished pre-treatment and rinsing, wash your entire blanket according to instruction after you treat it. This will enable the best result for a clean blanket. If you cannot wash it straight away, keep the blanket in cold water until you can.